How's it going, guys? Let's cut right to the chase. A hotfix has come in nerfing a bunch of the farms, which begs the question, which is the best farms that you should be doing now to get a ton of XP or loot, whether you're in solo play or in party play? Well, we're going to round up here all of what the community are saying is the best for these different things, even after this hotfix. So hopefully you can walk away knowing that you're farming the correct dungeon without wasting your time on dungeons that take longer and yield less XP. So let's start it off with Forsaken Quarry. It's just north of Kyovashad. This one is super linear, super fast, and short to complete with a bunch of mobs, and it yields good XP. For this reason, people are loving this for power leveling while playing solo. It's very fast to clear, and with high level juiced up characters, we're talking 80 plus, it can be defeated in as short as 2 minutes and will yield around 500 to 550,000 XP. So if you are playing solo and want to do a dungeon back to back that's super fast, easy to clear, and gives you good XP, Forsaken Quarry is the place to go. Outside of this, the current go-to for party play and leveling up in a group is the Blind Burrows. This one's right near the ruins of Eridu that was recently nerfed. You can see it here on the map. The reason that Blind Burrows is so good, especially for party play, is because the layout of the map has loads of windy different corridors, and you have to defeat multiple elites that are spread out. So in party play, you can go in different directions and kill everything and get a ton of XP for everyone in the group. On top of this, the mob type inside is basically spiders, which means there's a ton of them and they die very easily, so it's really good for getting XP, again, particularly in party play, where you can split up and clear it even faster. So if boosting as a group is your goal, then I would head on over to Blind Burrows, at least as of right now. Remember, things get nerfed all the time. Even as we make these videos after the hotfixes, nerfs can still come in. I would say that these two that I've mentioned, Forsaken Quarry and Blind Burrows, are basically the best for either solo or party when it comes to getting XP, but I do have some extra mentions here. The Golem Canals is also quite good. It's got a bunch of zombie and spider type mobs, so again, there's lots of them. They're easy to kill and they will give you XP. There's also objectives to get corpse piles inside, and it's quite linear, so it means there's a bunch of things to kill and pretty good for getting XP. Ironhold, on the other hand, has had a bit of a nerf, at least we think. We've tested this maybe 10, 12 times, and it seems like the elite packs are still inside, perhaps not quite as common. We were usually encountering at least one, most of the time two, so it didn't seem like too much of a nerf, and I would say this is still very good for farming rares and legendaries because of the amount of elites in those elite packs. But we're not too sure if this is just our own anecdotal experience from our testing after the hotfix. Other people are reporting it as being very much nerfed for them, but in our testing that we've just done after the hotfix, it seems to be still pretty good. Another great solo option is Odors Cave. This is a very linear, very fast to clear dungeon, and it's very good for solo play for this reason. So if you don't like Forsaken Quarry for some reason, Odors Cave is another great alternative that you can try and farm it solo. Well, these are pretty much the dungeons that you want to be doing after the recent patch. However, we do want to also give a shout out and recommend to do nightmare dungeons. These are probably one of the best things to do if you can handle them at World Tier 4 at high tier difficulty. They simply have a ton of powered up juiced mobs inside, and they are very good just in general because you get glyphs and glyph XP. But if you happen to get a nightmare dungeon for a very good type of dungeon that you want to run, like the previously mentioned ones, then you should do the reset trick and keep it and run it back to back. This will be more effective. But tell us, do you prefer to farm solo, or do you prefer to party up and do it as a group? I'd love to know how it is for you guys, because we here primarily play as a party. Also remember, the official Diablo Discord is a great place to go if you want to look for a group to farm with. You don't need voice chat, it's very easy to team up with people, and there is a very active community there on the official Diablo Discord. Sadly, there's no mechanic in game to allow you to actually form a group and reliably do those things as a group, so using Discord is probably your best bet. So hit that like button down below if we've hooked you up with these farms, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one that we upload. And the two videos on screen now, we think you'll really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. You don't have to watch them if you don't want to, but if you did like this video, you're probably going to like these ones too. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.